Go left there, get to Lake, go right on Lake, and then just keep walking down Lake. I'm going to hit the gym. Gym's right there. There's a front entrance right on Lake here.
By the Thai place?
What's that?
By the Thai place?
Enough. Enough, okay? I do, by the way, drive by that Thai place every time, and there's still
the
one
one that you
thing
ordered from or the one you had it delivered to?
The one I ordered from, not the one that I had delivered to. That was kind of en route home. I have two options, Taylor, is to walk those 3 blocks or like an idiot, take my car to the gym, park in the parking garage, pull a ticket. It's going to get validated, so we're fine there.
Okay.
Find a parking spot, park there, and then eventually walk into the gym from the bottom floor, go up the whole thing.
Was it raining?
It was not raining.
Hey, man, it's chilly outside.
Okay,
You're sweating after a gym.
Can I say this? That has a lot to do with it.
Don't want to catch a cold.
My strategy is like, it is freezing outside, and then when I'm done with my workout, I sweat, all right? So I'm going to be now in basically a wet sweater walking home. Is that incredibly lazy or no?
How long is the walk? Like literally from the exit of your gym to your front door is what? Time-wise?
8 minutes.
You can stay. You won't cool down in 8 minutes, especially if you walk quickly. Right?
Just
8 minutes.
Maximize your rental car, Get all you can.
Oh, rental car I'm using like crazy.
Through the seat?
Rental when I come out of the parking garage. Hopefully the Enterprise isn't listening. It just kind of, you come out of the garage and you kind of it's to get to the street and you're leaving. Just kind of
I'm driving it like it's the Daytona
quiet
500.
little noise and I'm out.
Bottom out.
Speeding up. I'm hitting the brakes hard.
I want to give myself credit of going to the gym, but then I also want to tell myself, you idiot. You're 3 blocks away.
You should walk.
Walk there.
For the walk too, it'll warm you up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then the walk back, it's short enough that you're not going to catch pneumonia or anything. You'll be all right.
Taylor, we're on the same
cardio.
page.
So would you do it? Yeah, cardio? Did you hoop?
Just cardio. That's it. No, actually, this gym does not have. I think it's a good thing that there's no hoop because I'm too lazy. If there's a hoop, I shoot around for 7 minutes, and I'm like, that's enough. I got it in.
Still got it.
I got it in. My quads are.
You should walk them. Here's when you need to bring this story up again. When, let's say we get to Christmas and it's 91 degrees, this is a good time for you to say, I should probably start walking to the gym. Just saying that when that happens and you're like, Trav's right about that. It's not my theory. It's, scientists that think things like this. But just maybe walk that 2
You're
blocks.
more concerned about the emissions, the carbon emissions.
I'm worried about, dying in a weather-related incident. Just seems like they happen pretty frequently.
All right, I have a basketball question for you. Did you watch any? Did you watch any of the Clippers and the Celtics?
I did.
Okay, so Clippers won, I think, by 20.
They did
something along those lines. And Kawhi and PG played, right? And they've had games where they've played and they still lost. And as somebody who's a Los Angeles Laker fan, I could tell you, looking at that Clippers roster, they are stacked. Mm-hmm. There are guys that they don't even use. I'm like, that person would play 30 minutes on the Lakers. We can use one of those wings. You guys don't need Robert Covington. We can take him. Are you guys going to use Amir Coffey? You don't want? We'll take him. They're stacked. They got the team. They beat Boston, who's the number 1 record in the Eastern Conference, by 20. Does any of that matter with the Clippers? Does it? Because if I tell you this, more dangerous to make the NBA Finals, okay? Warriors or Clippers?
Warriors.
Yeah, we don't even, there's no conversation.
Sure.
Memphis or Clippers? Kind of in the same field.
Yeah, I think they're about the same.
Denver or the Clippers?
Denver.
This is what's kind of funny with me, and you're not wrong on this. And I kind of sell myself on it. I'm like, yeah, but go look at that roster.
Yeah, but I'm
look at it top to bottom.
I'm not going to look at the roster. I'm going to look at I'm not going to look at what you're telling me. I'm not going to look at what's on a piece of paper. I'm going to look at what you do. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they don't win games that matter. Full stop. Mm-hmm. They don't. And there are a variety of reasons why they don't. Sometimes it's bad luck. Sometimes it's injury. Sometimes they play poorly. But I've been around a long time, and the Clippers have been at their best when they need to be at their best 0 times. So I'm just going to assume that's going to happen again.
I can't really argue with any of that.
I'm just going to assume it's going to happen again.
I can't really argue with it. So even yesterday, they get really impressive win. They look good, this, that, blah, blah, blah. It's almost kind of like...
You can be good, Al, and not be a threat. You can be both of those things at the same time. I think that's what the Clippers are. The Clippers are a good basketball team. They have good players, like you mentioned. They have star players.
I think they're a threat.
They have good role players. They have a very good coach.
Yep.
They have an owner that's committed to success. Yep. I'm not sweating the Clippers at all.
And I'm not even looking at it from Lakers are going to play the Clippers perspective.
It has nothing to do with the Lakers.
Taylor, you're a perfect example. You see you're a basketball fan. You root for the Sacramento Kings. They play the Clippers 4 times a year. Do you view the the Clippers the way he views the Clippers?
As no threat at all?
Yeah.
I think they're a threat.
I think
In
they're
way-
a threat.
yeah.
Why?
Because of
They're
Kawhi
a
Leonard
threat.
and Ty Lue.
And at least those two guys
They've
have
been
one.
there for several
but,
years.
but at least those two guys have one.
Sure, they've
Give
been
them
there
that.
for a long
Doc
time.
Rivers was the coach when they blew that to the blew the lead to the to the Denver Nuggets. Listen, it's almost kind of similar to this. If you look at how much Kawhi has been injured the last couple years compared to Anthony Davis, Kawhi's been gone more.
Right.
The question's just going to be, if Kawhi and the Clippers are healthy, can they do this?
I'm
Not
going
that
to
different
make
than
you. I'm
the
going to make
Lakers.
you prove me wrong. And when it comes to things like that, I'm not going to be the guy that this is the time it's going to be different. I'd rather just assume that it's going to be the same. Like I do go over this with people all the time. Where, can you believe she said that to me? Oh, you mean the same thing she said to you every day for the last 30 years? Yeah, I believe it.
Well, how about
I believe it. Yes, because she said it to you the day before that.
When
and
I'm-
the day before that.
when
and
I'm
the day before
shocked?
that. So
when
yeah, I
I'm
believe
shocked when I tell you that there are bad people out there. You're
Yeah.
like, yeah, there are bad
it.
people.
Yeah, half.
That's a lot. That's a big
You
percentage.
got to hope
It's
that
not
you're dealing.
50% bad.
Sure, Al.
Not in my life.
Yeah.
I got the percentage is better on my life.
Okay, you just wait.
They score again, 3-0.
That other half is going to show up at some point.
Don't tell me it's Messi again.
I mean, that's a lot of Argentina.
If it's not
fans in
Messi,
Qatar.
it's a different Argentinian player.
What is that hat? That's kind of festive. That's kind of fun. It's got little pokey things hanging out of the side. What is that? Anybody know what that thing's called?
It's a
Jester?
starter.
Yeah, Jester's cap. Thank you. That's what that is. I mean, you should have like the
a new-
sparklers.
it's a
and
new
all those
era.
things. They're hugging Messi like he got another one. Hold on, let's see. It's in the
Your
field.
boy's got 2.
He's going down the right side.
Ooh.
He beats
No
his
way.
guy.
No way he
Makes a little
shoots it.
move.
He's got to
Is that
make a
him?
pass. There's got to be a
Little
pass.
spinorama.
Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a pass.
assist.
All right, so
There's
the
an
other
assist.
guy.
He set it up. Yeah, I got an assist and a goal. They do have 3 goals. This
In the
why not?
semifinals of the World Cup,
That was pretty
Messi's
good.
still killing it.
That was pretty good. Right
That's
there.
amazing.
That was pretty good. You know what Croatia should do? Quit. Just say we're done. We're down 3.
Where's the
we
competitiveness?
if we get out of here right now, can we get on a flight
They get
tonight?
an earlier flight.
Like, hey, when's that next flight back to Croatia? An hour? All right, we're out of here. We're gonna jump.
They're
a
just
plane
all
in.
jogging to get back.
They should be looking at the guys and say, "Pack that stuff up. Let's go. We got to get. We're trying to catch the 9:30 out of Doha. Let's get this thing going."
That's good.
It's your soccer analysis for the day. We should talk about what happens if the Lakers actually win this game tonight. We'll do it next. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN.
ESPN.
Very sad that late last night, Slee, we knew that Mike Leach had suffered a heart attack, that he passed last night, and people are posting all of the wild things that Mike Leach did when he was the coach, not just at Mississippi State where he was now, but when he was at Washington State and Texas Tech, and what an unbelievably colorful character. Very sad, young guy too, just in his 60s. But
it's awful. It is sad.
It's a terribly sad story, but I don't know how to say this, but it's also really nice to see everybody has these wonderful memories about him. And nobody's talking about that he was a great football coach. He was a very, very good football coach, but they're all talking about just what a unbelievably colorful he was. And that's a pretty good legacy to leave behind.
Listen, you could use, a lot of times we, kind of go after what the purpose of social media is. And if it's a good use of our time and everything else, you're right about what you're saying. A lot of those stories are being shared on social media. I watched one this morning on Twitter, and a reporter is asking him, I guess it's around Halloween, and he doesn't like candy corn.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's a good one.
And then he just goes on this, I had never seen that video before. So
he used to do the weather when he was up in Pullman.
No,
he would go
idea.
on the local channel and do the weather. He does a great one where somebody asked him if all of the mascots in the Pac-10 got in a fight, who would win. These are all on YouTube and everywhere else. So,
but you're right on that. It's an unfortunate circumstance, but it does give an opportunity to highlight, like you said, his personality. No one's throwing these stats up there and saying he did this and he did that.
You know what? Look, when that's the first and only thing that comes out is, he won this many bowl games and had this record, then that tells you something too. Tells you something about it, and that's not what it was with Mike Leach.
Yeah.
It was about his personality. So, too bad, but what a legacy to leave behind along the way. Are you guys going to go on your road trip? You and Taylor? Are you going to go up to Sacramento?
So they're playing.
Is it next week?
I'm thinking of the stakes. Not even the logistics.
A week from tomorrow is the game.
So there's another game coming up that they got coming in Sacramento, and it's on a Saturday, and it's in January. Gives us a
7th.
little bit more, and it's a Saturday. Gives us a little bit more leeway too.
Day before the Rams' last game of the season.
What do I memorized?
I love how your calendar is all based upon when's Easter. It's X amount of games after the season ends.
Yeah, well, that would actually be X amount of Sundays before the season starts.
I like the 7th, Slee. Yeah.
The January 7th, I think, becomes... I was looking this up yesterday. I was trying to kind of look, all right, what do we got here? When is this? Weekday is obviously a little bit different. Let's think of... I got a couple ideas that this upcoming game that they play, which is going to be in Sacramento, we can kind of have some stakes on what that is.
Yeah.
Are we not doing the jersey again?
Of course, we got to do the
jersey. Is no problem. That's fine. That's fine.
Up
Something
the ante
else.
when you think he's going to lose?
You want to double down? You want to throw more into the pool?
Beats the Bucks one time.
I got to hash out a couple of these ideas here, but
let's do it out loud.
Get a chain.
What are you thinking?
Defensive player of the game chain.
All right, so what if we did this?
I think you look in a
crown.
What
if we did this? What if the Kings beat the Lakers this upcoming matchup? That's in Sacramento. Okay? I got to figure out the logistics of it, but my thought was I'll send Taylor to Sacramento for the next Laker-Kings game, and he can go watch Lakers-Kings, do his whole thing.
That's punishment?
Punishment.
That's
your
squad.
That's your team. That's your team.
I love that.
Send him to Sacramento. Have you ever been to a game in Sacramento?
Yeah, at the Arco Arena, and I've been to the new Golden One Center, too.
All right, so you've been in the new Golden One. Part of me was thinking about, all right, if
I'm
Lakers lose,
confused. If
he Lakers
wins,
lose,
he gets a. If he loses, he gets a trip.
Yeah,
that's
no.
It's like you had to almost root against your team.
No. Wait,
at
no.
that point.
Let me. Then I said it wrong.
Yeah.
If the Kings beat the Lakers, then
you'll buy him a trip.
I'm set to send him to Sacramento.
That makes more sense.
To go up to a Kings Lakers.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the idea in the concept.
Yeah.
But if they lose, I don't really know what the other side of that is. Only thing I could think of is Taylor has to go to a Laker game across the street and rock a Laker jersey the entire time and actually root for the Lakers.
Oh, my goodness.
But again, I haven't hashed out the whole thing here. I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, what can
Taylor,
we do?
I think you're coming out of this with a win either way.
Slee's a madman, though.
Yeah, he gets either a trip to go see his team or he's got to go watch an NBA game. That doesn't sound like a terrible punishment.
Well, he's got to go root for the Lakers, too.
That's all right. He can fake it. We've all faked things in our lives. Right?
And you have to post it on social media. You have to post a picture of yourself in a Lakers jersey on social media, Taylor.
I think I'm coming out with an L on this one.
Yeah, this is
That was way too
Taylor, you
much.
need to say yes to this before he changes the terms.
I need your help with thinking of what's kind of
I
a.
think you got it, Slee. I think you should.
I'm sure you do.
Or people can weigh in on Travis and Sliwa Show
Yeah,
community.
help us out. This is actually a
Tweet
good
us.
one to. What should the stakes be with Taylor and I on this Lakers Kings game?
All right, we'll ask Ireland and Ramona too when they
Yeah.
come in. I think that'll be a good one for them. JC in Ventura. JC, you're on with Trav and Slee. What's going on? Oh, by the way, JC, are your nephews and nieces already fighting over the envelopes
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
that's
holiday
right.
season?
Yeah, they're already talking about it. They got a new plan for this year's Christmas thing, a jar full of change and some dollars left in there, too.
So just so people don't, they maybe are just JC is a regular caller of ours. Nice to have you back, JC. But how many nieces and nephews do you have?
Oh, my God. I think like 16.
Okay, so 16 nieces and nephews. He puts out 16 envelopes. One of the envelope has big dough. The other 15 do not. And it's just a random draw. Do I have that right, JC?
That's basically what it is. I pull a name out of the hat, and they go pick an envelope, and they rag on each other if it's small, and they cheer if it's decent, and, they all hope to get the big envelope. So it's fun.
So what do you got for us today?
Okay, so I was listening to you guys talk about the dog situation, and I'm kind of like you, Trav. I'm a dog. I love dogs. I have my own dog. My dog knows his place in the house.
So
He's
you
a
are
dog,
not like
and
Travis.
he does dog things. He knows he's supposed to protect the family and protect the house when I'm not there. Period. I don't think we should let people have dogs unless they take an IQ test. There's no reason for stupid people or a-holes to have dogs. I think there should be a qualifying questionnaire before you're allowed to purchase a dog.
Question number 1, are you going to take it to the grocery store?
Question number, absolutely. Dude, are you taking your dog anywhere besides other people eating?
Well, the question number 1 is: are you going to be a responsible dog owner and pick up after your dog? Because we also had people saying, they're not going to do that.
That's part of the common sense test.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, they should definitely have a test for dog owners.
How much is in the
There's a
big
lot of
envelope
idiots
this year,
in my
JC?
neighborhood. Well, the envelopes are staying the same. The big envelope's $500. Everything in the house is about 20 to 500. But the big thing of this year is all year long since last year, I've been saving my change and adding like $1 bills, $5 bills, 20s in this jar. I calculated it up last week, and right now it looks like it's going to be a good down payment on a car.
Wow.
And whoever's closest to that amount gets the jar.
Taking
Awesome.
care of your peeps.
You are a good uncle, JC.
Can I be
Thanks
your
for the
niece?
call. Yeah, I was going to say Emily wants in on the car. Thanks, JC. Appreciate it. That is, by the way,
Just get Emily a candle.
think about
She'll
how
be
much
happy.
fun that would be to have that guy be your uncle, and he's rolling in with envelopes. One of them is going to make your year.
By the way, they're going to be those kids are going to be talking about that when they're 40, when they're 50, when they're 60.
If they're really doing it right,
Yeah.
and I guarantee you, he's got 16 of them. At least half will do what he's doing for their nieces
Yeah,
and
you're
nephews
right.
when it's all said and done.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's. By the way, Emily, you should see if you can get in. You could put a down payment on a car with a bunch of dollars and quarters and nickels and
I
see
could
what you
buy
can get.
one single ticket to Taylor Swift on
You
the
need-
resale market.
You have enough tickets to Taylor Swift. You need a vehicle that gets you from A to B in a reliable way. Have you got your tire fixed yet?
So it's full of air now.
That's not what I asked.
No, I have not gotten patched.
Yeah, so you could buy yourself. You know what you should buy Emily for Christmas? One single tire. Just a brand new
expensive
tire.
gift.
I know, but you just one on. I could picture your other. Four
I have a
tires
mechanic.
Being
Let me know.
You got your own problems with it.
Yeah, right now we're just trying to get my
Any
car
word?
back. No, I didn't call.
You didn't call.
No, I could have called any time yesterday.
Nothing.
I was like, it is what it
Yeah,
is.
you're going to be driving that rental on your 50th birthday.
Come back in a couple weeks. It'll be fine.
The Dump coming up next. It's Travis Slee, 710 ESPN. If you are injured in an accident, you need to know that the phone call you make after that accident, it is a very, very big deal. And that's why it needs to be to Sweet James. The accident attorneys at Sweet James are driven by their passion to help their clients. You don't want to take on the insurance company alone. The insurance company
Sports. It's time for the dump.
All right, very quickly before we get to the dump, there are moments when I feel like I'm making an impact on the world, when we're making an impact on the world.
Okay, what happened?
We were talking about Baker Mayfield a few minutes ago, and I'm getting a bunch of Baker Mayfield tweets and going back, tweeting
Positive
back and
or negative?
Both. This was one we went back and forth on Baker Mayfield a couple of times. The Twitter handle is positively black3. And then we went back and said he likes the show. And then the last tweet was, before I forget, double, animal style, fries well done, chocolate shake, protein style, sidecar, extra spread. It's like, I forgot to tell you my name. My name's Travis. He's like, I forgot to tell you. And here's the end. I feel like these are the inroads we're making into the world.
I don't think anything he sent before you remember.
That's
the final impression. That's the last impression you need.
You know what he said? It's funny you say that because he did say something. He said that Baker Mayfield is a bum in disguise.
All right.
Which is awesome. I don't think that Baker Mayfield is a bid yet, but I'm going to be using bid over and over and over again. So thank you for that along the way. Happy birthday to Jamie Foxx, who turns 55 years old today.
I got a Jamie Foxx story. So I just moved to LA. I probably haven't even been here a year yet. I think it was like something like that. So it's an Equinox now. It used to be what was the name of it? The Sports Club LA.
Okay.
Famous place, been there for a while.
Sure.
So it was still Sports Club LA back in the day. I lived very close to there, so I'd go and I'd play some basketball there. And the times you're there and you see Meta, not playing with everybody else, but you see Meta. I know a lot of people. Magic was always there, that kind of thing. So I go one time playing some pickup basketball. It was a great place for pickup basketball. And Jamie Foxx walks in. I'm like, what are you going to do? And Jamie Foxx is there to play pickup basketball. It's half.
With you guys?
It's half. It's 3-on-3. And there's people waiting, and that's just kind of how it is. I think they got two halves going on at the same time. So Jamie Foxx, now it's, all right, we're going to go up against Jamie Foxx and two other guys, right? Well, who's guarding who? It's Jamie Foxx guarding Alan Sliwa, and Alan Sliwa guarding Jamie Foxx. And I kind of watched the guy kind of warm up a little bit, take some shots. I'm like, well, his jumper is not really anything special. The moment the game starts, Jamie Foxx doesn't miss a shot. Jamie Foxx hitting shots right in between my eyes.
Primetime performer.
What the hell's going on here? So in my few years here, I've been here for a handful of years, I've gone up against Jamie Foxx and Adam Sandler. Those are my two guys I've gone up against.
When's Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler happened a few years back, probably 5 years ago.
Same
Athletic
sort
Club.
of situation?
Same situation. That's why every time I see, when they show Adam Sandler and they're like, hey, Adam Sandler was, they see clips of Adam Sandler. I'm like, guys, relax. This wasn't Steve Nash. But Adam Sandler was the same thing. It's like the guy could play, loves playing pickup basketball, and
I got to tell you,
that
Jamie Foxx is about as big a celebrity as you can get. Adam Sandler is just as big of a celebrity. More impressed with Ireland playing with Luke Perry. Just because he was 902.
I get it. I get it. And that story was fresh yesterday.
Just more impressed with that.
I think combined, Jamie Foxx and Adam Sandler had 38 points on me in two pickup games.
I'm sure. How big is Jamie Foxx?
Not big.
Not big?
No, he's probably maybe a little bit taller.
You didn't want to take him down to the block and try to get some points down low? You didn't want to try to post him up along the way?
Throwing cheap elbows.
I love that
I played dirty, Jamie.
To scope out his game as he was. That's like the most Sliwa thing.
I just want to know. Do I got to respect his jumper or not?
Well, apparently he was playing possum for you. That when
he wasn't going to blow right past me,
knocking
and then
down
he's
shots,
hitting jumpers.
I feel like, John, that you've probably played with some other people along the way that are as famous as Jamie Foxx and Adam Sandler. He's played basketball against those guys.
All right, so one day, I used to be a member at Sports Club LA.
That's where he was talking about.
Okay.
That's where I saw Jamie Foxx.
All right, so I got two good Sports Club LA stories. The first one is one day I walk in, and you got to sign up. There's a chalkboard, and you put your name on the board, and then they just yell, and your name comes up. And so I look, and there's 4 guys in front of me, and I put my name up. And the guy's yelling out the names. He's like Travis, Alan, Leo, John. I walk out, DiCaprio.
Jesus.
No kidding.
And I'm guarding him. And I'm like, okay, was that down there with his friends? He was perfectly pleasant. Just great guy. Our team won, so we got to keep the court, but he
Could he play?
He was fine.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
Luke Perry's better.
Okay.
All right. But my favorite one of all time. I walk in there one day. Are you a member there, Slee?
No, not anymore.
All right. I'm not anymore either. But it was to let you know what this place was like, girls that would go in there would go in full makeup to work out because they were all looking to hook a
Cars,
sugar down.
cars are pulling in, valet, everything is
outside. I mean,
stupid.
just
The place is
crazy.
ridiculous.
It's awesome.
It's just like there's nothing more LA than
Yeah.
Sports Club LA. So one day I walk in, and I used to go over there and play like 4 times a week. And Magic Johnson is holding court on the court that's named after him. Okay,
That's pretty
And he's
baller.
out there just playing with a bunch of
Oh my gosh.
bozos.
Like literally just random pickup guys.
And, right. And
How
so-
long? How long ago was this with
Years.
Magic? Okay.
10 years ago. So I'm waiting. Got my name on the board. I'm waiting. Some guy turns an ankle. And I know the guy that turned the ankle. He goes, John, come here. He goes, he's in for me. I'm in there. And I knew Magic a little bit.
Are
He
you
was
on
good.
Magic's team?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm on his team, and I'm just trying not to screw it up. And he comes down on a fast break.
About that
He's
pressure.
looking left and hits me with a perfect pass in stride on the right, and I lay it up and in. All of a sudden, this guy, who's a surgeon, who everybody knows, looks at Magic and goes, I swear to God, with this tone, hey, man, I was open.
Oh my God.
And Magic looks at him,
Oh.
and then he looks at me. He goes, okay, wouldn't look at the guy didn't touch the ball
Of
for the
course
rest
not.
of the game.
Of
Like,
course not.
Magic
Are
completely
you kidding me?
completely froze him out. Like, at what point do you walk up to the greatest passer in NBA
Oh,
history and
my
go,
God.
hey, man, I was open. And I could see if, like, he would have thrown it to somebody and we wouldn't have scored.
You made a layup.
Yeah, well, like literally the easiest. There's a perfect pass, perfect pass.
It's like
hey, man,
playing pickup ball, and Kobe's going to take the final shot, and you're telling Kobe, "Hey, I should have took that
Better
shot."
look.
Yeah, I mean,
You were
hey,
wondering-
man, I was open. Are you kidding?
Remember earlier today when you looked at me like I was crazy when I said there are a lot of bad guys in the world? That's
Well, that
one
guy's
of
just an idiot.
One of those guys.
That guy's just an idiot.
And that story, by the way, followed that guy for like the next 10 years. Nobody would play with him.
Well, of course not. Why would I mean, imagine? I just want to. Never mind getting a perfect pass for a lane.
Yeah.
Just being on the court and getting to pass Magic the ball one time. Would
Had
be
you
amazing.
ever been to that gym?
I don't think I have. No.
It was my first time in. I was telling him it was my first year in LA, and I had a place I rented out right
Near
it's
there.
probably 2 blocks
in
from
West
there.
LA.
Exactly.
Yeah,
probably 2
Mason
blocks
used to
from
live
there.
literally right around the corner.
And I was like, wait a minute, is this what all of LA is? Like, that was my only gym example, was that.
Yeah.
After that, I'm like, yeah, there's nothing will top this gym.
Every
again.
gym I go to in LA is going to have Jamie Foxx or Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Just no matter where you go.
You will see
or Luke Perry.
you will see somebody famous in there all
Yeah.
the time. The weirdest thing about the Luke Perry story was that was just a random pickup game that we
At a
both-
middle
like a
school,
middle
you
school,
said,
we
right?
both knew the organizer. Yeah, the organizer's parents built the middle school, so he had a key.
Who's the best celebrity basketball player you've ever played with? Just as far as like could play the game.
He just got divorced from one of the Maori sisters. You know, the girls who were on Sister Sister?
Yeah.
Tia and Tamara.
Yeah.
Corey Hardrick, I think was his name. I ended up on his team in a pickup game once, and we did not give up the court for 2 hours.
Wow.
Anytime we needed a bucket, we just threw it to him.
Was he a
You
former
know who's
college
not
player
a
or
horrible
something?
basketball player, by the way? Is Jaleel White.
Oh, I've seen him play in some of the celebrity
He's
games.
not,
bad.
I mean, I'm not saying he's great, but
Yeah.
he can play.
Was the Hardwick guy you're talking about? Was he like a former college player or
Had
something?
to be.
Yeah,
Had to be.
Just
Those
guys-
nobody could check him.
those guys stand out so much. When you get a guy, never mind an NBA player, forget that. But you get a guy that's like a Division II college basketball player,
Yeah.
playing with guys like us.
Yep.
They will demolish everybody else that's out there.
And final one, quick one here. One time at San Diego State, the Arc on campus was theirs, and we're playing pickup, and I'm looking. This is when he was at his absolute prime, one of the best in the NFL. LaDainian Tomlinson walks in, and in my head, I'm like, LT, don't play.
Right.
In my head, I'm like, you got a game coming up this. I think it was the offseason, but
Yeah.
he was at his absolute best. I liked when it was an actor or an actress. I didn't want to see another athlete in there.
Well, so one time I was playing when I worked in Beaumont, Texas. One of the most famous people from Beaumont, Texas, is Jerry Ball. Remember the old
Oh, the big
defensive lineman?
Lions.
The
Yeah.
line. Okay, so he played for the
He was a
Lions.
huge guy, right?
Yeah, giant.
Yeah.
So he would have a charity event once a year in Beaumont, and so my phone rings, and one day, and it's Jerry Ball. It's my phone at the television station. He goes, "Hey, can you put together a team of media guys, basketball guys, to play my buddies that are all coming in from the Lions? These are all football players, not great basketball players." He goes, "I hear you play a lot." And I go, yeah, I can do it. I go, "What, Friday night, 7 o'clock, we'll sell tickets. It'll all be for charity." We go out to the game. I got my team with guys from every station. They're all ready to play. And his team walks out. And they match up with us. Guy walks up to me, looks at me, he goes, "Hey, man, I haven't played hoop in like 5 years. Take it easy on me." And I looked at him and I go, "You're kidding, right?" He goes, "I swear I'm not." So I go, "Okay." They win the tip. They throw it to my guy. Takes me right. 20-footer good. I go, "I thought you said you don't play." He goes, "It was luck, I swear." Comes back down. Next time down, drives left. Another 20-footer good. I go, Did I just get hustled? He goes, "Man, he goes, that's my family right there." He said, "Go ask them the last time I played." He goes, "I swear to God, this is blank luck." And I go, and then I got warm and got hot. Barry Sanders.
You didn't recognize Barry Sanders?
I completely recognized him.
What he's saying, he didn't know he
From the
could
second
play.
I walked on the court,
Okay,
I'm guarding Barry Sanders. And the biggest thing I was worried about, he had won the Heisman, he'd been rookie of the year.
Sure,
Biggest thing I
sure.
worried about, I hit him in the face, and he'll be messed up. So I'm not checking him hard anyway.
That's great.
But it was
Imagine
Barry
a
Sanders.
Barry Sanders
he is
crossover.
a very nice guy,
Well,
too.
he's Barry Sanders. I had a feeling he probably could have taken you off the dribble.
Why are
too,
you
if he
surprised
needed
that
to.
Barry Sanders is good?
Because he totally lied to me.
Still, just 'cause
unless he
Kurt
just...
Morrison hadn't played
you know what?
baseball
I was
going to
say,
4 home runs
I
in a
guarantee you Barry Sanders hadn't played in 5 years. It
And he was
just
just
didn't
good.
matter.
Yeah.
It just didn't
He's just
matter.
good.
Hall of Fame running back. I
Yeah.
think he's got some skills. Do a little Supercross talk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Mason and Ireland to join Travis and Slee?
Super Crosstalk begins.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Mace is still trying to square his ledger
Oh,
with
not
you,
until
John.
he takes as many days as I missed, and then one more will he be back.
So Tuesday
competition.
of next week, is that
who knows?
the ETA?
Yeah. If you say who's counting, the answer
Mason.
Yeah, he's
Mason's
counting.
got- Hey, Momo.
He
how
will
are
not
you?
be out off
going on?
dayed by any of us.
Well, I have a question for you guys. So, Al, do you want to? The Kings and the Lakers play next week.
Yes.
And Taylor, of course, is our resident Kings fan
Right.
in the building. And the first time they played, they bet whoever would lose the bet had to wear the other team's jersey, right?
I wore a
the-
Tyreek Evans
He
jersey.
wore a Tyreek
Yeah.
Evans jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slee wants to kind of up the stakes for
Okay.
the next one. And Al, this is where I'll hand it off to you because Al's like trying to make Taylor's life better, win or lose. I don't quite understand. It needs a little help.
The idea and the concept was if Lakers have 2 games against the Kings, actually I think all 3 games coming up between now and like January 17th.
Huh.
So they got a game coming up when they start that other road trip. It's Phoenix, and then I think it's Sacramento after that. If the Kings beat the Lakers in that game,
Yeah,
my
next
thought,
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, my thought, there's a game in January that I'll send Taylor to a Lakers-Kings game up in Sacramento.
Okay.
And he can go root on his team. He's
By
a
the
big
way,
Kings fan. They light the beam. They're having a good time.
Have you watched the Kings play this year?
A little bit.
They're good.
Yeah, they are good.
You're if you think you're going to win this in a walk
He's
away, you're
offering
no,
to
it's
buy him
not-
a
it-
vacation.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing. It's
I'm
not
not
a
complaining about this.
it's not a walk away. I know it's going to be a tough
Okay.
game, but I think also the Lakers, if AD's playing and Bron's playing, that we'll take our chances in that. What I don't really have is if the Kings lose, what I get.
Okay.
Part of my
I think
okay.
I've
What do you
got it.
have? What do you have?
You guys can tell me if this would work. All right. For an entire show, Taylor can only speak by ringing a cowbell. All right. So,
call on him.
for example, if the answer is yes,
One
it's
cowbell?
one cowbell,
Oh, my gosh.
and if it's no, it's 2 cowbells. But he cannot speak to anyone. In the entire, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., he cannot speak to anyone, including Emily in the booth. And if he violates it, he has to do it again the next day. All right? He has to do an entire
That's
show
pretty good.
speaking
Taylor?
only. Taylor, what do you think?
I approve. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, and he's got to wear a Lakers jersey, I'm assuming, the entire show.
Well-
We've already established, right? The
Yeah, that one's
jerseys,
gonna
that's
happen.
Going to happen.
Okay,
before
that's
the
gonna
season.
happen.
Yeah, but then no speaking to anyone, and that includes if Amanda walks in and goes, hey, who's his boss, and says, Taylor, I need to talk to you about something. That's 2 cowbell rings right there. That's no.
That's a good one.
Now, did you hear yesterday our wheel of questions by chance?
I did not.
All right, so this was basically what I came up with in my demented mind, and we got a lot of traction out of it.
Okay.
And I just showed Ramona a text I got from somebody.
Great.
This has gone like completely viral. Like everybody. All right, so here's the challenge. I give you guys. I put $1,000 on the table. Okay. I give you, Travis, a bucket of water, pretty decent sized bucket of water.
Okay.
You have to walk into Sam Pines' office, dump the bucket. You cannot warn him in advance. You cannot tell him what you're up to. Dump the bucket of water on his head, and for 60 seconds, you're not allowed to say anything. Okay? You cannot say, like, if he's like, what the F, dude? You got it all over my computer. What is wrong with you? You
can't say anything.
You can't respond. After 60 seconds,
Okay.
you can do whatever you want. You can apologize profusely,
the money.
give him half the money, do whatever. But for 60 seconds, you are blacked out. You can't do anything. Now, we know Sam, and Sam seems like a great guy with a great sense of humor.
He does.
But he technically has the ability
To fire
all of us.
Of course.
All right, Trav, yes or no to the bucket of water on top of Sam's head?
I think I'd do it. I do because for the you said it, John. If Sam were a different type of guy,
right,
the answer is probably no. But knowing Sam a little bit, I feel like he would say, okay, something's going on. I don't know what's going on. There's an explanation coming. I think I'd give it a shot.
Slate.
So Sam 100% is all about content.
Yep.
All about the...
I agree. But keep in mind, you cannot tell him
Right.
that this is for content.
If you're doing
you
something...
are literally just, I'm telling you, I hand you this bucket of water right now. You walk down the hallway. You walk in. You
Yep.
can't even say, hi, Sam.
Yep.
Or back up away from your computer. You got to walk right up to him, dump the bucket of water on his head.
So I think he's kind of a proponent of this world. And he, in a weird way, and you're right, the 60 seconds you can't say anything, I cannot see myself walking in with a bucket of water and going to Sam, who's always on his computer.
Yeah.
Most of the time has his headphones on because
Yep.
he's on Zoom
and
calls
by the way,
and everything
if
else.
he's on a Zoom call with his headphones
Nothing
on,
you can do.
no exemptions.
You gotta
Nothing you can
You
do.
have a window. You got to walk in and dump the bucket of water in his head. What are you doing?
I cannot see myself doing it.
Yeah, I can't either. I don't think
cannot
I
see
can do it.
myself doing
Amanda
it.
said she would do it.
I think people say that, but then when you actually have to go do it, let's see who.
All right, so then we
It's a lot
started.
of money.
Then we started up in the ante. Okay, Sleep,
Okay.
$1 million. All right.
Oh,
Wait a
okay.
minute.
Oh, there's something
Okay.
different. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1 million, and you get it 20 minutes after you do it.
Yeah.
Would you do it to LeBron? He's holding either pre or post game at his locker. You just walk in, scrum's going on,
Oh
take a
my
whole bucket of water
gosh.
and dump it on his head.
100 times out of 100.
Can you
yes.
get? Well,
What?
no.
Why?
for $1 million?
Well, you'd be fired.
Yeah, but I can go find another job. I got $1 million
Well,
to
could
go
you
land on.
Because that's your legacy from now on.
No, I get
that
it.
would go so viral.
John, it's not. That's not an easy question.
I know.
That's not an easy
I'm a
question.
no.
The way
I'm
you
a no.
hesitated
I'm a
like
no.
that.
I'm a no.
I'm a yes. $1
Do
million?
you know what his
I mean,
security
Trev-
guard would do to us?
Trev, you've got to work for. How old are you?
I'm 51.
You got to work for another 15 years. All right.
I'll be dead by then. But yeah, sure.
I have the
Theoretically.
same thought all the time. Lisa keeps telling me, hey, we're going to go to this thing in like 2025. Yeah, you go ahead, honey. Have fun.
You find a date.
Yeah, I'll be croaked so long by then. Yeah. No, Trev,
Yeah.
that's your legacy. You become the guy who dumped a bucket of water on LeBron's
I
head.
understand. There are people out there that like stupid, outrageous,
Yeah.
kind of borderline criminal sort of activity. I'd find another job, and I have $1 million to
Right.
do it. I would be a pariah among respectable people, but I would have $1 million to go do.
So
it.
here's a funny angle of this whole thing. So when I came up with this, we were flying home from Detroit. I don't know why I thought of it. I just did.
I know why, because you were gone for 10 days and the clock was all
deprived.
over the
So
place.
when I did it, I looked at Billy Mack, who sits across the aisle from me on the plane, and I go, Billy, $1,000. take a bucket of water, go dump it on Stu Lance's head, who sits like in the front of the plane. Would you do it? Billy goes, no way. And Michael comes back. And Michael will do almost anything. I go, Michael, would you pour this on Stu's head? He goes, are you crazy? He goes, Stu would get us all fired. So then Stu walks back. And I tell him the whole thing. I lay out the whole scenario. And I said, and Stu likes me. We have a good friendship. And I said, if I did it, I dumped the bucket of water in your head. I can't say anything for 60 seconds. How do you react? He said, disbelief. He goes, I don't know. He goes, disbelief. And he goes, I go, but after 60 seconds, I hand you $500. I hand you half the money. I apologize profusely. And I explain the whole thing, what happened. But it's after 60 seconds.
Yeah.
And I see his mind working, and he looks at me. He goes, I'm going to need the whole 1,000. Which is a great answer.
Perfect.
And that kind of negates the whole dare. I mean, yeah.
Ramon, are you hitting Jimmy Pitaro with a bucket of water?
No,
Like,
you know, we asked. No, so here was the quickest no we got. Ramona gave yesterday. Ramona, how much to do it to Woj? She said, no amount. I'm not doing it.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not doing that to Sam. I can't do it. The fact that you said you would, that surprised me.
Okay, now here's the thing that's going to make you feel stupid, because it made me feel stupid. And Travis will make you feel good.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Bergman walks into Sam's office and explains the whole bit. Like, just after he goes, hey, how would you react if me or Ireland or, Momo or Mason walked in and dumped a bucket of water in your head and just stood there for 60 seconds and didn't say anything? And Sam looked at Bergman and he goes, are you serious? Bergman goes, yeah. He goes, I'd be disappointed if you didn't do it.
That's Sam.
$1,000 in my pocket.
That's Sam.
He goes, why wouldn't you do it? And I go, well, you don't know us that well. Maybe you're getting over a cold, or maybe we're going to ruin your computer. And then he texted me last night, and he goes, it's a great question. He goes, looking back, the only thing I'm worried about is my laptop.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, if my laptop survives it, he goes, it's a great bit. He goes, if I lose my laptop,
and the way he just said it, he just said it, headphones on.
Yeah.
You said headphones on.
Well, hopefully he's backed up to the cloud, because I'm thinking I could get a Chromebook at like Costco for $150. I'll replace it. I still got $850 to go, and we're all good.
Yeah.
I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, many people, and Amanda was on this, said, oh, yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat. I think Ramona's right. When it comes to actually walking down the hall and dumping the bucket on him, I think you get cold feet.
For $1,000,
now you say it. You
Not
say it.
for
But if I told
million?
you to go do it right now, you'd be, no, I don't really want to do it.
Is it make it easier or harder if I say, would you do it to a stranger? I think it makes it easier, right?
I think actually harder.
So here's
because I can't justify anything to this person after 60 seconds.
stranger-
For all I know, they're going to be swinging at me for 60 seconds.
How much for you to do it to Patrick Beverly? he would grab.
He might not be here long enough.
He
to
would
over.
grab your throat before the bucket actually got
No,
vertical.
that's a hell no.
Yeah, that's a personal
That's
safety
a
issue.
hell no. That's the
Yeah.
best answer.
No, I think a stranger could, because you don't know who you're hitting. That person could react very poorly.
Yeah.
Very
The
poorly.
one guy I could do it to, because I know him a little bit, and he has a great sense of humor, and he would find it funny, is Austin Reeves. He would literally, after I dumped the bucket of water on his head, he would look at me and go, how much did you get?
Well, no, that's different. If you have somebody that you have Stu's the interesting one, because you, like you said, you have a good relationship with him.
I may not after that.
May not after that, but you could at least bet that you got a chance to get on the right side of that one again for that amount of money.
I remember one time we were delayed somewhere we were waiting, our plane wasn't going to take off for 2 hours, and we all started throwing money in a pot, and we finally got it up to, I don't know, it was up to $50-$60. And we dared Trudell to get in the luggage compartment and stay there for half an hour. And he did it, and he didn't even,
There was no problem.
He was so smart. He's like, okay. Wait, I go, you ready? Okay, yeah. Close the door on him. He's sitting in there, and then I look, and I can kind of see light coming out there. He's just in there reading a book on his phone.
How much did he get?
like $50, $60. You can just pop back,
Yeah.
sat back down.
I'd like close my eyes and take a nap.
Yeah, I think that's what he did.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hey,
Just open the door.
Is this
we all
what you guys do on road trips?
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny you say that.
Like-
You're an athlete. You were on road trips. Do women do this stuff to each
No.
other?
Oh, no, here's another one, Momo.
No.
Do they?
The other day we're in
Doesn't feel
Detroit,
like
and we haven't done this recently, but we do it a few times a year every year. We just get bored, and we
Sounds
say,
like it.
and we say, okay, everybody give me $5, and I'll walk through the back of the plane, and I'll get like 20 people to give me $5. And I'll have $100 in my hand. I'll go, all right, everybody guess the exact minute the wheels hit the ground in L.A. And at this point, you don't know how long it's going to take for the players to get there. You
Right.
don't know how long it's going to take to load the luggage. You don't know when we get in the air. I mean, you can look up flight time and have kind of a guess. But and then people just start locking in, like, 1:27. I'll take 1:29. And once the time is gone,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
and then at the end of it, like, you're literally praying for the guy when he's like coming in to go for noise abatement to go over the ocean. We used to bet on whose bag would come off the
That was a
luggage
Jordan
carousel.
thing,
Yeah,
right?
that's a
Jordan
good one.
used to bet on that
Yeah.
one. What do
So-
women do when you guys are killing time on your road trips?
They like
and
take care of children and pets,
No,
and
like I'm talking
do
in
productive
college.
Have normal
Because
conversation.
your thing,
Productive.
John, that I know you'll do this, like you licked your shoe in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, $100
Guys
right
are
on the
always,
spot.
I dare you to eat that. I dare you to touch
dare you
that.
to eat that.
Right. It's always one of those gross things like
Right,
that.
right.
What do women do?
Okay, I played when we didn't have cell phones. Like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around how crazy that was. Like, we were on road trips with no cell phones. I think we read a lot. I had
We
a
go to
thing-
we go to
nice and quiet.
we
We
go to
went out to-
Peppermint Hippo.
We went to no. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like a strip club.
that's the place that Sliwa and I went and got taken to the hoop for $600
In Vegas.
Oh,
in
okay.
Vegas. You haven't heard that story?
No.
Oh, good.
So, like, I
Good.
think we played a lot of music in the cars. Like, we would talk.
Guys are always
Talk.
I don't think women did any of this stuff.
How many
We're such
packets
idiots.
of ketchup can you eat in 2 minutes? Those are the things that guys
Right.
bet on. Stupid things like that. Will you eat that? How much will you eat
Are
it for?
there any cookies left in that bag?
There's 1.5. You want one?
Well, I don't want to take your last one.
No,
I
I've
know
already
you.
had my fair share.
Okay.
There's more.
Yeah.
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 Bergman says he's got plenty.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Why do you ask? You want one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all yours. I thought you were going to dare me to eat it for a certain amount.
No,
after
I just
you
want
did
a cookie.
something to it.
Trav would tell me during the show, he'd say, you might have to start talking because he's
It's got a little
three of them
toffee
right
in it, John,
the
so it kind of sticks in
middle
your
of the break.
Okay.
It's terrific. Trish made them, and they're fantastic.
Oh, well, if Trish made them, I'm in.
You should get in.
By the way, I said
Mason
yesterday, that's the one person I would feel like if you said, I'm random
Oh, yeah,
person
that-
you'd have to
there's
dump
no
a bucket of
dollar
water
amount.
on,
That's
and
no
you came
dollar
up with
amount.
Trish.
No.
She's so nice I couldn't do it.
It's the 60 seconds.
Although
that gets
Trish
you.
has a great sense of humor, she would go, "You idiot! You cost us $500."
that. That's how you got to look at it. Who'll split the money with you? Mason and Island coming up next. Momo's in. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey.
The World's Game is on center stage.
As the 22nd edition of the World Cup is on.
Here is the planet's ultimate game, the Football World